Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Theros Beyond Death draft here on the channel. Before I dive in, I have a couple of announcements. First of all, if you could take that quick second, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment if you do have any questions. Those really do help me out a ton. And also, introducing special guest from the Lords of Limited podcast. It's none other than Mistermetronome. Ben, welcome to the recording.
Hey everybody, what's up YouTube? Glad to be here doing an Arena Theros Beyond Death draft with you.
Awesome. If you've never heard of Ben, he is a co-host of the Lords of Limited podcast. It's a weekly podcast that helps you get better at Limited. I highly recommend checking out. There will be links to that in the description below. Also, you can find Ben on his Twitch stream and also on the Lords of Limited YouTube channel. So there will be links to all that stuff in the comments below. But without further ado, let's dive on in. I know you've been doing a lot of Theros Beyond Death drafts, and you've got a lot of knowledge to share. When you open up a pack, is there anything that you look for immediately? Do you look at the rare? Do you look at the commons? What's your approach to a pack when you first open it?
I mean, in Theros Beyond Death, I am definitely looking at the rare first off. And we are pretty disappointed here with Perforos the Bronze-Blooded.
Yeah, the artwork is sick, but the card is not. Just never turns on. Have you ever played against this card or with this card?
I have played against it, and I almost lost to it because my opponent top decked some hasty goodies over on the other side of the battlefield, but I did ultimately take it down.
I did lose to this card before when my opponent played it and then followed it up with a 7-3 haste that turned on Perforos and hit me for 13. Oh no, 14.
Oh no, that's so savage.
I was like, oh, I'm so safe. They have like 2 red mana symbols in play. Things are great. And then all of a sudden I was dead. But yeah, agree that we're not taking that here. What cards do appeal to you in this pack?
This is a pretty terrible pack, to be honest. None of the commons stick out to me as exciting. I think if I had to choose a common, it would probably be Final Flare or Riptide Turtle or something.
Yeah.
We're not taking the rare. Perforos, I think you generally just don't want to put in your deck unless you're mono red.
Yeah.
Even then, it's sketchy. I would be on Careless Celebrant here, I think, is the only reasonable choice in the pack, really.
Yeah, I agree. I think that if I had to take a common, I would take the Final Flare that you mentioned, but I mean, the card, this is one of the worst packs I've ever opened, like all time, and if I got past this pack that was missing a Careless Celebrant, I would be really sad, so I'm glad there's at least a somewhat playable card in the pack. Careless Celebrant is definitely performs well in a lot of decks. Moving on to pick 2. We see a lot of much better options here. The rare is missing. There's Elspeth's Nightmare, Agonizing Remorse, and then a couple of pretty solid commons. What do you gravitate towards in this pack?
Yeah, any of the uncommons are good. Incendiary Oracle stands out to me. Thrill of Possibility as well. But I think by far the best card in the pack is Elspeth's Nightmare. I think it's the second best uncommon overall, and a windmill slam dunk pick here.
I know that Agonizing Remorse isn't as good as Elspeth's Nightmare, but I know you've had some interesting discussions and that you've been very high on Agonizing Remorse. Would you like to discuss why that is for a little bit?
Yeah, I like this card. It's good. It puts a card in your graveyard without putting a card in your opponent's graveyard, which is super relevant in this format with Escape. And also, they're just really hard to deal with bombs once they hit the battlefield. There's Dream Trawler, there's Cure Best the Sea God. This is a great early, cheap way to interact with those cards and strip them out of your opponent's hand.
And I know on your last podcast you said that you had Thrill of Possibility as the second best red common. Would you take it over the Incendiary Oracle here?
I would, yeah.
Okay, cool. That's just a fun little factoid. And you like Thrill because it's like good for filtering, or just because the graveyard matters, or could you explain a little bit why you like this card so highly?
Yeah, I think it does a lot of things really well. In red, blue, and red, black, it's going to draw you cards, put stuff into your graveyard, and both of those color pairs tend to care about escape and making the graveyard matter and making the game go long. I think just over the course of a longer game, getting the filtering and finding your good cards in your deck, it goes up in value a lot once you have rares. But I think in general, you should just assume that you're going to end up with at least a good rare or 2 in Theros Beyond Death draft that you want to find. I'm a little less high on it in red-green or red-white. And then the other thing that it does really well is there's sort of a multicolored 3, 4, 5 color deck that you can draft that's got red as one of its base colors. And Thrill of Possibility really helps you stretch your mana and fix, because you can discard a card that you can't cast to find cards that you can, or you can dig towards, sources of your splash colors, things like that. Just does a whole lot in a format that's not very fast.
Yeah, I think it's really cool how it was kind of bad and like never really played in Throne of Eldraine, and the very next set it's like one of the top red commons, so that's just a cool contrast. But here we'll just take the Elspeth's Nightmare. Moving on to pick 3. Geez, this pack is also kind of a nightmare in terms of what I'd like to see pick 3, but There's Heliod's Pilgrim. There is Chainweb Arachneer, Vex Single, Scophos Warleader. What stands out to you in this pack, or are there no standouts?
There's nothing that really stands out. I mean, the two cards I'm between are Scophos Warleader and Heliod's Pilgrim.
Mm-hmm.
I think Heliod's Pilgrim's a better card than Scophos Warleader in a vacuum, but I do really value the 1 mana sack outlets in red black. So Scophos Warleader and the the 1/3. Oh my god, I'm blanking on the name. The YouTube pressure.
Lampad of Death's Vigil.
Lampad of Death's Vigil. Yeah, there we go. So those two cards, I think, go up in value quite a bit in red black. So I think that's going to push me to the War Leader here over Heliod's Pilgrim.
Do you generally prefer to start your draft with like starting things off like more flexible with like 3 cards of different colors, or would you prefer to like gravitate towards one color? I know you've had some like debates on whether or not like sticking to one color is really the optimal approach in various formats.
Yeah, normally I feel fine about starting a draft with cards of multiple colors. Like whatever, if my first 5 picks are Wooburg, I'm in for that normally. In Theros, that's a little bit tougher of a sell because it's really hard to find direction in the draft sometimes because there's very clear gaps in power level. And a lot of times after the first 4, 5, 6 picks in the draft, the commons are so blech that it's really hard to tell what's open.
Mm-hmm.
So I in Theros specifically, I like getting deeper into one color, and just in general on Arena. Also, when I'm drafting with the bots, I also try to get deeper into one color
because the bots are just less reliable signal senders.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Okie doke. We get the Scophos Warleader here, and then in this pack we see one of my favorite cards in the set, Reverent Hoplite. I've had some nice highlight moments with that one. There's also Omen of the Sea. I mean, this pack has several great cards. There's also Thirst for Meaning, and yeah, after that the pack falls off. But what do you like in this type of pack?
I think Blood Aspirant's reasonable to consider as well.
Yeah.
I think it's lower power level than both Hoplite and Omen of the Sea, though. This is a tough choice. I mean, Hoplite is far and away the best card in the pack, in my opinion, but we are way far away from white, but not to say that we couldn't get there. So I've been drafting a fair amount of Arena the last few days because I just got a green screen for my streaming setup.
Oh, that's sweet.
And so I wanted to toy around with that on Arena. So white has been open for me a fair amount in the last couple of days, and Omen of the Sea seems to be undervalued by the bots to me. So I don't know how much of a blue signal to take that as, because we have that as the best blue common overall on Lords of Limited, but I've been seeing a lot of omens going around in the Arena drafts I've done.
Yeah, I really like Omen of the Sea as well. It's kind of like the thrill of possibilities where you can dig towards your important cards, and I've really just liked the Scry 2 in the late game on Omens. I've been actually relatively unimpressed with Blood Aspirant outside of Red-Black, but in Red-Black it's definitely got a nicer home, because it does go well with the like 1 mana sacrifice outlets. I almost forgot the name of Lampad as well, but we have the Scophos here.
Right, and also cute with Traveler's Amulet and things like that.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. That's actually really cute. I didn't even consider Traveler's Amulet. I've never had those two in the same deck. That's kind of crazy. Where are you at on like Thirst for Meaning versus Omen of the Sea? I know early in the format I thought Thirst was better and now Omen's better. What was it that made like the switch for you between the two cards, or did you always have?
Sorry.
Or did you always have Omen better? Yeah.
I think just understanding that Omen is all of the omens are better than you think they are. Like just leaving an enchantment on the battlefield is relevant for so much stuff. And then the fact that you can recur Omen of the Sea specifically in the color with Shimmerwing Chimera, just to sort of build your own Howling Mine for 2 mana a turn, that's really powerful. When you get to the late game, sacking them for the Scry, they just do so many little things. It's cheap, it's got flash, which matters for the blue-red deck. Like there's just all these little synergies that exist with all the omens.
Which card do you think you would take out of this pack?
That's a tough choice. I think if you took Hoplite, you'd have to commit to, okay, I'm drafting white or abandon the Hoplite pretty quickly. I don't love taking a Hoplite here just because I'm nervous about whether or not white's going to flow enough.
Does the Heliod's Pilgrim in the previous pack influence you at all in terms of white being open potentially, or is that not really a signal?
It's so hard to say with the bots. Like on MTGO, I would jam Hoplite. On Arena, I'm more nervous to do it, which is weird. I'm between Blood Aspirant and Omen of the Sea here, and I think I want to take Omen of the Sea myself. But I could be convinced to take Hoplite if you want to take Hoplite.
I like to follow what the guests do because it's always fun to like see it, like it's more fun when you just follow what the guests like pick order and how that would actually play out in the draft rather than playing in hypotheticals. I think I probably would take Hoplite here, but let's take Omen in the Sea and see what happens because that sounds more exciting.
All right, let's do it.
Whew, following
Look at
things
that,
up.
rewarded.
Not even a single white card. That's a 50 IQ, not 50, 500 IQ play.
50 IQ,
I
nice.
forgot how the IQ scale worked for a second. I was like, man, that's a genius play. I forgot to put any digit in, any numeral in front of the 50. Just straight up 50 IQ. Not really where you want to be. This pack is kind of interesting though. There's not really any stellar cards. I guess there's Blood Aspirant again, Stern Dismissal maybe.
Yeah, I'm into Blood Aspirant here.
Yeah, just for the like. Do you play Blood Aspirant in blue red, or do you just like if in case we end up at black red still? Is that like?
I just think it's the best card in the pack. We have a chance to end up
Mm-hmm.
black red. I think there's worlds where I would play it in a blue red deck,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think we're. Mostly, I just want to get deeper into red.
Yeah. And where are you at?
Discourage whatever bot on our left is thinking about getting into red.
Where are you at on Stern Dismissal? Because I know you were very high on this at the beginning of the format.
Oh yeah, yikes! I had this. We when on Lords of Limited we do a crash course where we predict what the top three commons in each color are going to be, and I had Stern Dismissal as my number one blue common, and it is embarrassingly not that. So I'm way low on it these days. I'll maybe play a copy in a blue deck depending on if I think I need the tempo swing. Usually I like it out of the board after I've seen stuff like Erois's Blessing or Warbriar Blessing from my opponents to try to get them.
What do you think caused the change from where you thought it would be to where it is now?
I just thought there would be more people trying to go Voltron on their creatures like original Theros. So if you played original Theros, there was a bounce spell for one and a blue. I think it let you scry one that was
Journey's
like
End.
the best. No, that wasn't the name
Voyage's
of it.
End. Something. It was. I know the
Yeah.
artwork. It's like a waterfall going off the edge of the world.
So that was the best blue common in that format, just because there were these things called ordeals that really get snowballed out of control.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought this format might be similar, but was quite wrong on that respect.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's always good to change opinions and recognize when you're wrong. But I also had this as one of my top blue commons, not going to lie. So, yeah, I could see where you went on that one. But yeah, Blood Aspirant seems like a solid pickup here. And then, well, now there's some white cards, but they're not really insane. There's some blue cards. There's another Scophos War Leader. What do you like here?
Yeah, the white ship has sailed for me, not taking the uh, token maker. And I think, even if we had, we wouldn't really be thrilled with that in a Sunmane Pegasus. And I think
Mm-hmm.
Sunmane Pegasus is the best card in the pack for white here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think for us, we're trying to decide between Scophos War Leader and Thirst for Meaning. And I think I just want another Scophos War Leader to get deeper into red. The 4/5 body is such good stat line in this format.
Mm-hmm. It's always important to know the relative stat lines that matter, and 5 toughness has seemed like an unbreakable wall in certain matchups. So I agree with this pick. I do want to briefly talk about Sunmane Pegasus because I know you have this like higher than Daybreak Chimera, which may seem a little bit controversial. Would you like to talk about what you like about the Sunmane Pegasus a little bit?
Yeah, it just does a lot of little things, and it fits so much better in white X decks. Like so, Chimera is hard to take early in that it incentivizes you. It demands for it to be a good card that you're very heavy white, and Pegasus is close to the power level of Chimera. So most of the time, Chimera costs somewhere between 2 and 4 if you built your deck correctly.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a significant cost to building your deck that way, and you don't always know that white's going to be that open. And so if you're a white deck that's not heavy white, Sunmane Pegasus often costs the same amount or is easier to cast than the Chimera because it's only a single white pip. And then the Vigilance Lifelink is really good at turning games around. This wears auras very well. It gets buffs from Pious Wayfarer really well to get good life swings going in. I think it just has a lot going for it.
So if Daybreak Chimera was just two, it was if Daybreak Chimera also cost 3 and a white for 3/3 flyer, would you prefer that to Sunmane Pegasus? Is like the double pip white like one of the reasons why you prefer Sunmane Pegasus, or is it like the ability is super good?
I think the ability is pretty relevant. I don't know. That's a very good theoretical question.
I always
I
because
think I would
yeah.
be on. I think I would be on Chimera as 3 and a white, 3/3 flyer. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Phantom Monster is just a very
Yeah.
powerful card.
I think the double white is definitely a real cost because you kind of have to have like a 10/7 or a sometimes like you want to have like ideally a 10/7 mana base for double white.
Well,
If you're
it is a very good card. Like you just want it to be the payoff for being heavy white
Mhm.
rather than being the thing that pushes you into being a heavy white deck.
Yeah. I think it's like kind of the flip side from Hoplite, where if you have a Hoplite, then you're willing to build into white, whereas Daybreak Chimera, you're kind of like, oh, I see a Chimera, but I'm not already white, so I'm not going to move in. Kind of like that distinction. Kind of like
Yeah,
how
absolutely.
Perforos as a rare is like, oh, if I'm already mono red, this card's good, but I'm not going to build mono red because I see it, type deal. But yeah, here we get another Skophos War Leader. And, wow, 3 red cards that are all pretty good here. And a Riptide Turtle. Which of these red cards do you like? I mean, we don't really have a second color, so I guess we could still be a Thrill deck. There's also Final Flare to go with our Omen. Rage Hound is just an aggressive card. What do you like?
Yeah, this is a tough choice for me. I think any of these 3 cards are reasonable, and I think you'd be excited to get any of them this late. For me, it's between Thrill and Rage Hound, depending on what sort of a deck we think we're going to be. So Rage Hound is better now. Thrill is sort of like investing in the future in my mind because it's going to turn on, enable splashes, allow us to play probably both Elspeth's Nightmare and Omen of the Sea if we wanted to go down that route.
Mm-hmm.
And then we could figure out, if taking Thrill, we would know we're a base red deck, and then we could splash whatever powerful cards we saw. I don't know. I'm torn here. Do you have strong feelings between Rage Hound and Thrill?
I do not. I think that the idea of playing all 3 of these we haven't really seen any black cards other than the 3rd pick Elspeth's Nightmare, which I think it was 2nd pick Elspeth's Nightmare, and I'm not even sure that that's like a huge signal because the rare was missing, so they could have taken anything there. And we haven't really seen any black. Like in a black-red deck, I think that sometimes you can have a nice aggressive deck that has Underworld Rage Hounds, kind of beats down and uses this and Underworld Charger combined with things like Skophos War Leader and Portent of Betrayal to kind of take your opponent out of the game. Whereas if we ended up in a blue-red deck, I think Thrill of Possibility gets a little bit better because we're going to have more things to do in instant speed, probably better digging capabilities, maybe going to want to go towards more the late game and stuff like that. That being said, in a blue-red deck, you also want ways to use the graveyard, and Rage Hound can fill that role. I think Thrill's kind of like higher upside because you don't really want multiple Rage Hounds, whereas you can want multiple Thrills. So I'd probably lean towards taking the Thrill here.
Yeah, I'm into taking Thrill. Let's do it.
It also opens up some cool possibilities. Immediately sees another one if we wanted to take that. There's also a Vexing Gull, Mass Pact of Manticore, not really an Omen of the Hunt situation. Or have you ever played Underworld Fires, just out of curiosity? I've never played this card.
I have not cast it, no.
Yeah, it seems just a little bit out of place. What do you like in this pack?
I think it's between Gull and Rage Hound. I think Gull is better than Rage Hound, but I think we know we're red, and so I think we lock up the first copy of Rage Hound here.
Yeah, I agree. Where are you at on Omen of the Hunt? Because I know you said there was like a 4-color, 5-color deck that you've been playing and having success with. Is Omen of the Hunt a part of that deck?
Yeah, it can be, certainly. There's base red-green versions of that deck that really take advantage of Omen of the Hunt. I like the colorless fixing in the set more generally. I think Traveler's Amulet is the best way to fix in the format, but if you're green, I think Omen and the Caryatid are both fine ways to fix as well.
Okie doke. So yeah, we're just going to snap up this Rage Hound, and then probably the Vexing Gull would be second. Have you played Triton Wave Rider? Because I've lost to this card a few times just when my opponent beats me down with flyers. I'm just wondering if you've had similar experiences or if you've just kind of never seen the card.
No, I have. It's a fine filler card and can go very well in a blue-white deck or a blue-green deck that's got an enchantment sub-theme.
Yep. Okie doke. So we're getting the Rage Hound here. We have a nice heavy red base here. We wield Altar of the Pantheon, so we could kind of go for that sweet 5-color deck, or set up for it at least. There's also some blue cards. Do you want to just take the Altar here? Set ourselves up?
I'm a lot less excited about Altar than I am Traveler's Amulet. I kind of want to take Towering Wave Mystic here and see if leave us open to the possibility of the blue-red aggro Sleep of the Dead deck.
Oh, that would be sweet. I actually have never gotten to play the Towering Mystic self-milled deck, and that actually sounds kind of sweet, so let's try it. Let's set up. Ooh, Thrill Wield, that's good to know about. There's also Starlit Mantle, Arena Trickster. What do you like?
I think we're just slamming Thrill here.
Yeah, we've got all the setup pieces here. I feel like we could play a rare of almost any color at this point because we could pitch it or splash it and stuff. And now these pack doesn't really matter. Probably just take a Skola Grove Dancer.
I just want to take Nyxborn Brute to remove options from the bots for being
right.
red.
You don't want to.
I don't know how they work, but I don't want to give them any incentive.
They're like, oh my gosh, a third to last pick Nyxborn Brute. We've done it. Red is open. I like that logic as well. Okay, we'll just get the Oread here. Same logic as before. It's also a pretty good card. And then Plummet's somewhat playable. I remember, yeah. Okay, and then Rapid Flame. Rapid Flame is kind of a card we don't want. Well, that was easy.
It's good to be good, Nikolai. It's good to be good.
This is the classic YouTube skill that I'm talking about. When you're recording, you just naturally open well. It's just a skill set I've developed over time.
Whitelisted.
It takes practice, but eventually Wizards recognizes that it's better for them if you open good cards. No. But yeah, obviously just taking the Akroan War. We already have 2 War Leaders to go with it, which is pretty sweet. If this Akroan War weren't in the pack, what do you think you'd be taking here?
We'd be slamming Entrancing Liar here.
Yeah, just the easy Liar. If Akroan War and Entrancing Liar weren't in the pack, so you get rid of the on-color bomb rare and the colorless removal spell, then I think it gets a little bit more tricky because there's a couple black cards that are off color, there's a couple white cards that are off color, there's a Portent of Betrayal. What do you like if neither of those options are in the pack?
I would take Portent to go along with our 2 Skophos War Leaders.
Mm-hmm. Do you think we're more likely to be blue-red or black-red or just like mono-red or like some other combination at this point? Like, where do you think...
I think the world is our oyster.
Okay,
I think we can go down whatever road we want to go down.
That's
the
what I
beauty
like
of
to
draft.
Whew. Wow, this is another...
Can you put this Nyxborn Brute in the sideboard?
Yes. In an ideal
like, I
world.
keep staring at it, and I don't have the power to move it to the sideboard.
I was doing recording one time where someone was like, could you change the deck layout while I'm drafting? Because they're used to like drafting in different piles. And like, you could kind of like, after the fact, you kind of sense that they were like minor tick in their head, just like, I just want to change the deck view. I just want to change the deck view. I just want to. Okie doke. So we've got another pack with Entrancing Liar, and then there's no red cards to speak of. There's a green card, a blue card, Apathy. Probably just taking the Liar here, though. I mean, no real reason to deviate.
Yeah, I think it's the best card in the pack and pretty free to take here.
It would be pretty interesting if there wasn't a Liar in this pack. Would we just take the Omen of the Sea to go with the blue cards? I mean, or would you like jump into white or green or?
I think I would take Apathy. We don't have a lot of removal at this point, and I don't know. That's maybe that's irresponsible. I would probably just take a second Omen of the Sea.
Okie doke. Good to hear. The irresponsible does not win out. Wow, this pack is. I mean,
good, but not good for us.
There's a Traveler's Amulet. There is great green cards. Maybe that whenever I see good green cards like pack 2, when I didn't see a single green card pack 1, I just kind of want to think like, well, maybe the person passing to me pack 1 was green, and that's why the person to my left isn't in green, because we've seen 2 blessings in a row, now a beetle, acolyte.
That's what you would expect, right?
Yeah,
if you didn't
exactly.
see green in pack 1, you would expect to see it in pack 2.
I just never really know how the bots work, so I'm always just like, well, they did have third to last pick Skola Grove Dancer and Nexus Wardens, so there's something going on there. But what do you like in this pack? I mean,
I think it's between Soul Reaper and Traveler's Amulet. I just want to invest in the future and take Traveler's Amulet.
Yes, I like it. I like this saying, invest in the future. It's always a strong strategy. Ooh. Now there's a Slaughter Priest, there's an Incendiary Oracle, there's more green cards. Blood Aspirant. Do you like just taking Slaughter Priest? Or
yeah, so this feels like a bit of a turning point in the draft.
I agree.
I mean, we could I think Witness is reasonable but less good than Slaughter Priest. And I think Slaughter Priest as our 3rd sack outlet really I guess it's our 4th sack outlet with the Blood Aspirant really opens us up to taking the Portent of Betrayal, that's the name of the card, right?
Yep.
And there's one that we opened, right, that we could wheel. So I think I want to take Slaughter Priest and try to wheel the Portent.
Is there any thought to like Incendiary Oracle just like stay mega open and just stick to red?
I don't think so, because it's still not going to be a great card in our deck unless we really end up with a focused aggressive deck.
Yeah, makes sense. Let's get the Slaughter Priest in there. And well,
not a lot. These have been some weak packs.
These have been some very mediocre packs, yeah. There's an Oread, there's a Farika's Libation, there's Thirst for Meaning, Shoal Kraken. Really hard to find a direction here.
I think I would take... So I think there's a lot of reasonable options here. I think Oread, Cyclops, Thirst, and Shoal Kraken are all reasonable. I think you can make a case for any of them. It's difficult, like on Arena, I think the bots snap up the rares a little bit more, so you don't expect to see late rares as much on MTGO.
Yeah, no fifth pick dream trawlers or things like that.
Right. So Thirst would be pretty appealing here normally. Like on MTGO, I think I would take Thirst and assume that I'm going to find a way to leverage it and powerful cards that I might see in pack 3.
Yeah.
Because pack 3 is when you expect to get past the most late rares, right? Because people have settled into their colors and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So Shoal Kraken is just a fine generic card.
We don't really have any enchantments though at the moment. We have like 2 enchantments.
Yeah, right. And Flummox Cyclops, I think, is reasonable. Just if we wanted, if we're trying to be the black red sacrifice, beat you down deck, like 4 mana, 4/4 that's attacking, does a pretty reasonable Voracious Typhon impression.
I was listening to your 50 Theros Beyond Death takes, and I always love how like you always just throw in the random red reach creature. You're like, number 21, Flummox Cyclops has reach, and then you just move on immediately.
Just don't want to get got by those cards.
I know, it's such a feels bad, especially because it's really easy to make it so it can't block at all. You just have to attack with 2 things. We already have an Oread. I'm leaning towards taking Thirst just because we already have some 5-drops, and Shoal Kraken doesn't really seem active for us.
I kind of want to take Flummox Cyclops.
You want to take Flummox Cyclops? I'm down. Let's do it. Let's live the Flummox Cyclops dream. I don't remember the last time I played it, but we can do it, I believe.
Oh, immediate regret.
Oh, we could take Staggering Insight and really live the dream. Splash that in our mono red deck. There is a Traveler's Amulet, number 2 to set up. What do you regret it over? The Thirst Remaining?
Yeah, like Staggering Insight's really good.
Yes, it is.
It's really good. It's like a 1-card plan, build your own Dream Trawler. It's not great with what we've got right now because we don't have any flyers running around. Like we didn't take that Vexing Gull earlier when we had the opportunity to nab it.
True.
I'm not as excited about my 3rd Scophos War Leader. Soul Reaper of Mogus would be fine if we wanted to commit to black-red sacrifice.
Mm-hmm. There's also another amulet.
We're really well set up to build a black-red sacrifice deck at this point, and I think we're likely to wield that Portent. I think I'm going to take my first Soul Reaper over the 3rd War Leader.
I like it. Let's go. I believe. Well, there's a Sleep of the Dead for the combos. There's also another Nyxborn Brute. More green cards. This pack has been really rough. Honestly, just kind of crazy. Yeah. Do we just take a Sleep of the Dead on the off chance we go blue-red?
I think so.
And then next pack's the one that would have Portent in it. This pack, there's Infuriate, I guess. I mean,
yeah, I think we're happy with an Infuriate here.
Infuriate definitely has some potential, and we did it. We wheeled it. Also wheeled Omen of the Dead, strangely, but yeah, we still just take Portent here, I think, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Omen of the Dead can be good though. And finally, some like black and red cards are coming around. Probably just a Rage Scarred Berserker here. There's not really. I haven't really had a ton of success. Have you ever played Escape Velocity and had like been happy playing this card? I feel like it's just worse Sentinel's Eyes.
Yeah, I've played it in white-red when I haven't had access to a Sentinel's Eyes before.
Yeah, okay, that seems reasonable. Like the backup Sentinel's Eyes. Usually you'd expect the uncommon to be better, but that's like rarity syndrome. I just came up with that term on the fly, but that's kind of what I always think when I see a higher rarity card. I'm like, well, the higher rarity card has to be better than the lower rarity card, even though that's just straight up not true.
It's not how it works.
Kind of like gold card syndrome, where you see a gold card and you're like, wow, this gold card has to be the pick. I'm blue-red, and so clearly I want to take every blue-red card over every monocolored card.
And then you open Dalichos or whatever his name is in this format. You're really
sad.
That
is the perfect example. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're just... Wow, Shoal Kraken came back.
Shoal Kraken's a nice pickup. That leaves us outs to being blue-red.
Wow, just every blue-red card. Wow.
You really have mastered this opening thing.
What can I say? I am really good at opening Tectonic Giant. I think that's a Crow in War. Just all the on-color red rares. It's a hard-earned.
That's how you do it, folks.
This is a hard-earned
draft
skill.
Red, open red rares, and profit.
This is exactly what Canister did at the World Championship.
Oh yeah, I saw that draft. That was
he
nuts.
Opened double Tectonic Giant. But yeah, so yeah, just going to take Tectonic Giant here, but if Tectonic Giant were not in the pack, we would actually have a pretty interesting pick between the Shimmerwing and the Myers Grasp, because we have 2 different directions we could go, and we still kind of have 2 different directions we can go, and we could even splash Shimmerwing. It's really an interesting pick.
I think I would take the Myers Grasp, but it's very close.
Yeah, I think I would settle on Myers Grasp as well. And wow, these packs are just like unforgiving. It's like, well, there's another Rage Hound, but there's also like, if we wanted to take Blight Breath, we could, or if we wanted to like try to go back into blue. I honestly think sticking to black is probably the best idea at
That's
this
where I
point.
want to be. Can we put the blue cards in the sideboard for
Yes,
now and
I
take a
was.
look at
Yeah,
what our draft
yeah.
looks like?
That was what I was about to do. We're on the same page. That's what our deck looks like right now.
Can we get this arena trickster out of here?
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Understandable. Arena Trickster, I'm sorry.
And the Oriad and the Infuriate. Um, Honestly, I think I just want another Rage Hound here.
Yeah, I like another Rage Hound here. Just a nice extra
Like
2-drop. Be assertive.
Bleeps is a good card, but it's not going to be, at least based on what we've got right now, it's not going to be doing much more than -2/-2 at the moment.
Yeah, we have 4 black cards and one of them goes away. So, yeah, I agree. I like Underworld Rage Hound here, especially because that's our only way to use the graveyard right now. So, having a second copy makes sure we have it more often, especially with all this fuel from Thrill and stuff. Wow, another cool pack. There's a Lampad. There's also an Omen of the Forge, an Underworld Charger.
Yes, this is a very strong pack for us. I think we're interested in the Lampad, but we don't need it quite as much as you might normally, just because we have the double Scophos War Leader and we have the 2/2 mana sack outlets. So I think I want Omen of the Forge here, honestly. Omen has gone up a lot for me recently, and it's very strong, especially in tandem with Final Flare. Just does a whole lot for you.
Yeah, I agree. I really like Omen of the Forge. It just, yeah, and also sacrificing it to Scry too is super relevant, and you can even sack it to Scophos War Leader to pump through extra damage if you need to. All those little benefits, the small upsides. Well, this has been a draft of ups and downs, I must say. Kind of whiffed. There's a Wings of Hubris, which wouldn't be horrible.
I have gotten absolutely destroyed by Enemy of Enlightenment in like 3 drafts recently on Arena.
Really?
Yeah, just totally crushed.
That sounds like the best thing to watch ever, because you losing to bad cards is one of the most satisfying things to witness.
I don't
like
know.
Every time you get hit by a bad mana tithe or force spike or anything, it's just so entertaining is the only word I can come up with. This card, every time I've played against it, it's been like a 2/2 that I then like tap with Entrancing Liar or kill with Omen of the Forge, and it's just like, yeah.
I kind of want to take it.
You want to take it? I'm willing to live
see
the dream.
There's something to the madness.
I'm willing to live the dream. It's going to be glorious.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to make our cut, but
I mean, at this point, it's got to make the cut because it's crushed you 3 times in a row, and that's how Magic works, right?
That's right.
If it's crushed you, therefore, ergo, in sum, it must be good. I mean,
can we do a quick creature count here?
Creature count: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 creatures.
Yeah, so we're a little light on bodies. I kind of just want to take a Rage Guard Berserker here then.
Another 5-drop for the 5-drop god. Okay.
We have 3 already. I don't want a black card in Nyxborn Marauder though, really.
We could just take Final Flare and Prey and then wheel Temple Thief and play that.
We do have Elspeth's Nightmare and a Crowan War to stack to it, as well as the Omen.
Yeah. And like Rage Hounds we can sacrifice.
There's a War Leader we could wheel. All right, I'm into Final Flare. I don't love it, but
we are knocking it out of the park. We have seen so many Nyxborn Brutes. We could have had like 6 of these guys. You know what's really ironic is if we'd first picked Perforos, it actually might have been decent in our deck.
I still don't think so.
I know. Like, we could have played all of these Nyxborn Brutes that we're seeing. We could have had 10 Nyxborn Brutes. Okie doke. I mean, there's a Nyx Herald's good, but obviously we're not green. There's Hero of the Games as a 3-drop, just for another creature.
I'm just into a 3rd Scophos War Leader. I love that card.
Let's do it. I like it. The Rage Guard Berserker didn't quite meet the threshold, but Rage Scophos War Leader does. And now we Impending Doom or Stampede Rider or Wings.
I think we just take a Stampede Rider to fill out the curve. Looks good, and we also have 5 drops to turn it on.
Whew, another Nyxborn Brute. This is really getting special. The Magic Arena bots are like, you should take this Nyxborn Brood. You should do it. There's Fruit of Tizoris, which I've never played. Kind of in the same camp as
Yeah,
Enemy of Enlightenment.
not where we want to be. I think we just take a wings here and
Yeah,
probably don't play it.
yeah. Have you ever gotten
There's a
wrecked
world where
by?
it makes the cut,
Have you ever gotten
actually.
wrecked by Inspire Awe?
I have not, no.
I wish that was a reality where this card was like semi-reasonable as a sideboard option, just so you could side it in and just completely own somebody. Just like so unreliable though. Okie doke. And then wow, another Traveler's Amulet. Are we even playing this Traveler's Amulet because we have like some escape
It's
creatures and like
It's close. I don't know.
we have
Maybe.
we have a couple escape
Which
creatures.
it's a very non-committal answer. We're definitely not playing a second one.
Yeah, definitely. Would you rather have Stampede Rider or Hero of the Games?
Stampede Rider, I think.
Yeah, because we already have Flemic Cyclops and all these other ones. Whew!
Mm-hmm.
Another chance at glory. Nyxborn Brute. We could have played Cyclops Tribal at this rate. Just
I'm into a second Flummox Cyclops here.
we've got it. We've got the Stampede Rider synergies all rolling. And then Revelers over Thaumaturges probably. Not playing either.
Sure.
Temple Thief came back. The glory. If we really ever... Wow, we could have had all of these. Oh my gosh, it's Destiny. All of the Nyxborn Brutes in one family. Well, this is what the deck looks like right now. We have 17 lands, 42 cards, so we need to make a couple of cuts. Is this a good thrill of possibility? Oh, do you want to zoom in?
What's our creature count at?
Okay, we have 16 creatures.
Okay. I would cut... I don't... Traveler's Amulet's close because it does help because we're so heavy red. I do think I would play a Traveler's Amulet.
That means we can cut a land, probably. We don't... Or did we
I would cut a swamp.
A swamp?
I think I would play 10-6 and a Traveler's Amulet, yeah.
Okay. 10-6, then we only need to make one cut.
And I think I would cut... Yeah, because we only get to cut one of these cards.
We only get to cut one? Oh gosh, that's not what you want to hear.
I think it's gotta be the enemy.
It's gotta be the enemy? But the dream...
As much as I would like... I know.
Oh my gosh.
I also think there's a world where this deck wants Wings of Hubris. I kind of think it does.
Yeah.
So let's get the enemy out of here.
I've heard it described, Wings of Hubris described as anger management for Rage Hounds because it lets them be useful. That was a phrase I described as.
I think it goes up with the Rage Hounds. It goes up, but we just have a lot of beaters.
Yeah, we have 4/4s. Yeah, we have a lot of massive creatures. It works well with Tectonic Giant for hitting.
Yeah. I think I would play it over Stampede Rider.
That seems reasonable to me.
Or a Flummox Cyclops.
I think Flummox is just probably better than the Stampede Rider because we're going to be hitting them. Thrill is probably good for finding a Crone War.
Flummox Cyclops is so embarrassing when you're behind, though.
It is. We could cut a Thrill of possibility for it.
No, there's no. I guess we have the Acroan War. We have Elspeth's Nightmare. We have Tectonic Giant.
Like, yeah, that was
Thrill is good in this deck.
Horrifying statement I just made. I'm blanking from my memory. It's redacted from my mind, kind of like that one Harry Potter movie where the guy. We could cut a Scophos War Leader or a Flummox Cyclops.
I think I want to cut a Cyclops.
Okay,
let's cut a Cyclops.
Let's do it. Okay, so this is the deck. Any predictions on how well this deck will do?
We're going to 7X, obviously.
Obviously, okay. Do you have a basic land preference? Are you one of those people that always customizes their basic lands?
No preference at all.
You have no preference? Well, that's interesting to hear. I always customize my basic lands. It's kind of like whatever vibe I'm feeling. Like, I don't know. It's swamps. I love this mountain art, but I like to match it with...
That's a throwback. The Mirage Mountain. That takes me back to my childhood.
Okay, we're going to go back to Ben's childhood here, and now all we have to do is pick a swamp. Do you like this Mirage swamp to go with it?
Yeah, let's do it.
He's a matching type of fellow. We're just going with the classic Mirage Mountain and the Swamp by Bob Eggleton. Got to get that recognition for the artists where you can. But yeah, this deck looks great, or at the very least not embarrassing. We don't have Enemy of Enlightenment, so that's at least something.
I will say that it is good that you are good at opening rares, or that draft might have gone much rougher than it did.
We're facing off against our nemesis, clearly. literally
We're
called
gonna crush them.
Nemesis. I like the optimism. I also think we will crush them. Wow, we've got the GG on
Snapkeep.
turn 3. What a hand. I mean, how could our deck ever not be construed as unbelievable? Look at this hand. We have the
I
Nightmare.
mean, I do think our deck's good. I'm not joking when I think we're gonna 7x.
Oh yes, I would have said I will always say I'm going to 7x just because I am brash and overconfident. But hearing it from someone that is more reasonable is nice to hear. Okay, and then just Underworld's Ragehound here. We're playing against a blue deck, which kind of struggles against Ragehound unless they Ichthyomorphosis it, which is kind of good. This should be.
Oh, or they have a turtle.
Oh my gosh!
All
Wow,
right, they lose. Good game.
we win. What a easy game we're playing. They don't even have a third land. Oh, this is so horrifying. I will say, when your co-host Ethan was on, he went 7-2. So if you go 7-1, you actually... Oh my gosh, they're playing Sage of Mysteries. It's like the Magic Gods are begging us to win. This is incredible.
Yeah, that's a rough one.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Show us the goods.
They have a Nadir Kraken.
Well, we're gonna Final Flare that.
Yes.
So I think you take Starlit Mantle here, so that they don't even have the option to wait till 5 mana to play Nadir Kraken.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. And then we just play our Ragehound again.
I think so, yeah.
I mean, we're not going to be holding up like Final Flare or anything like that, or Omen. So we don't want to Omen their Sage of Mysteries. We don't really care, I don't think. If they just jam Nadir Kraken, is there a way to respond to the Elspeth's Nightmare trigger? This happens after draw step, so we can sacrifice it on upkeep, right?
I think you have to go into full control mode, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to just go into full control mode now.
And I would put the stop there too, because I don't trust Arena.
Stop on upkeep and draw step. I always have these like things where I'm like, I know I can do this. We're not gonna flash in the Omen. My turn. Do we want to get? We can exile their graveyard on the stack and then sack it, right?
Right. Yes.
Draw. After the draw step, so that's when this goes on the stack. Main.
I assume so.
Well,
target them, and then you should be able to sack in response.
So we have to hit submit, and then in response, yes. Oh.
Success.
Oh, the value. Wow, that was an adventure, I must say. That was, whew. I didn't think I had that in me.
I could feel your stress level going up.
Yeah, every time that happens, I've like messed that type of thing up way too many times, and it always feels so bad. It's like, oh no, what have I done? Gotta be said, Traveler's Amulet, worse than a land right here, because we can't hold up Omen, but there are times when it would have been better. Wow, who are they going to mill? Wow, they milled us.
That's great for us.
They milled a Ragehound. This is the classic why you don't mill your opponent situation. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We can just play Ragehound, right? Or should we play we should probably just play Rage Guard. Berserker.
I think I would. What are the other cards in our graveyard?
We
don't have any omens or anything to worry about to get stuff back, right?
No, we
so
don't.
I would escape Ragehound and crack this amulet and go get a swamp.
Yeah, that makes sense. I should have cracked the swamp and then played that land, reveal less information, but I didn't really want to. Alright, I did want to, but in my head I just didn't want to go through the clicks. This way they can't exile. This way they can't exile our Ragehound. Okay. I think at some point we're just gonna omen our own Ragehound, so we can get it back. We'll let them mill first.
And this way, no, you're not gonna omen. We have sack outlets.
Oh right.
We'll hit a sack outlet.
Duh. Oh my gosh. Where's my mind?
So in this way we can Rage Guard Berserker the Ragehound and get in for 2 also.
Yes, it was all part of the plan. Notice we sacked.
I was thinking about that because we thought they were going to Ichthyo that, right?
I was like, oh, we sacrificed the. I know. I was talking about the Traveler's Amulet, where you wait until after they've milled us because we don't need land, so we're higher our likelihood of milling the land. I'm working on the micro play. You're working on the macro play. It's a beautiful synergy, We just play
Whoa,
the.
whoa, 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 whoa! We just drew Tectonic Giant.
I was baiting you there, just
Okay, you got
toying
me
with
good.
your emotions. Clearly, I didn't almost play the Rage Scarred Berserker. What kind of crazy person would do that? Oh my gosh. Well, we're gonna
Rude.
exile top 2 cards.
Yep.
Probably get the wings down. Actually, yeah, we'd probably rather have wings. We have all spells in hand.
I couldn't even see what our options were. The screen
Oh,
was
oh.
freaking out for me a little bit.
It was Wings of Hubris versus Thrill of Possibility.
I trust your decision making.
Thank you. It's proven to be very suspect with some of these. Oh no, they got rid of our Crone War.
It's all right.
If the screen's blurry, I can just stop the screen share and reshare.
No, we're good right now. We're
Okay,
back.
cool. Okay. Well, he's now
So
a fish.
I think we berserk and we wings now.
Yep, I like it. Their Deny the Divine has done nothing all game, which is nice.
Look at you playing tight and playing the Wings of Hubris post combat.
Oh yeah, those are the micro decisions that I am fundamentally proud of, clearly. And then whether to play Rage Scarred Berserker or Tectonic Giant is the tricky one. Wow, this game's kind of been over forever, but like, wow, just every card they play just fits perfectly in our plan. And they're mono blue, just why not? Just gonna kill the Shimmerwing.
See you later, Chimera.
Yep. Not letting them chump block. All the tight plays to get that lethal as soon as possible.
I think we're scrying here on their end step then, right?
Yep. Wow.
They actually kind of got close.
Yeah, 9 cards. Kinda. I could have saved click equity by just not scrying, but they're gonna counter it.
They are going to counter it.
Wow. I shouldn't have given them the opportunity. I was thinking I was gonna port into Betrayal my own Stampede Rider to give it haste. Well, we got the win. 1-0 on the quest to 7x. If we go 7x, I make it into platinum, so that's even like crazier. Actually,
I have no doubts.
I honestly, I never really worry about like ranking up because like it doesn't really do anything. Yeah, I think you get a special like card style if you get into platinum. So I sometimes like try to get into platinum at the end of a season. March has not been a
So
yeah. What are you gonna say?
what rank were you playing in when Ethan Skyped in?
I was, I think, in the same exact area. I was either in in Platinum 4 or Gold 1. Literal same elo. Just yeah.
Feeling the competitive juices here.
I know it's going to be a bragging point here. I had never done an arena guest before because all of my previous guests were like purists that only wanted to play MTGO. Hashtag
Oh, okay.
Court of Calls. But then Ethan was the first one that played on Arena and he got the 7x. So now it's just a precedent that kind of puts pressure on everyone else.
I mean, I've got it under control.
I know.
No worries.
Yeah,
no worries.
I honestly, yeah. Last time it was blue-red. This time it's black-red. There's no doubts that we're gonna just win the whole thing because. Yeah. Okay.
I think we're playing Soul Priest here.
Yep, I like that idea. Hit me with the Vexing Goal opponent. I'm ready. Wings of Hubris is actually looking really good with this Rage Hound. No! The turtle.
It's fine. We embarrassed that with Wings of Hubris.
Oh, yes. That's the key. We actually have a great hand. This is like a really good hand. Well,
I think our deck is good. Like the draft felt bad because the packs like rapidly dwindled in card quality, but because we opened so well, I think our deck is actually really strong.
Yeah, that's the skill to be known for. Opening.
Well,
Then
I
we.
mean, we also drafted in a wave,
Oh
so
yes,
like
we also
we can
did.
give ourselves outs. Even if we had opened rares of other colors, we could
We
have
could have.
played them.
I agree. I think the draft was actually really interesting because it was one of those classic, oh, we're setting up, we're preparing our fields for rain situations, and then the rain never came, but our deck ended up great anyway. Every time I see a blue-white opponent, I'm terrified of Dream Trawler.
Dreamtrawler?
Yes.
Can't live in fear, baby. Can't
I
live in fear.
I got burned at the beginning of the format by constant Dream Trawlers. So they have 4 mana up. I think we just jam this into it anyway.
Um, I would have equipped wings, I think, and passed.
Really?
We really don't want to get our Scopos War Leader countered here. Like, we
Okay.
have no pressure, and if that, I mean, but I
Well,
think now we jam with everybody.
they could have Vexingle, though. If we're living in fear of one
Oh yeah,
thing, we should
okay,
live in
yeah,
fear
yeah,
of everything.
They didn't have Vexingle before.
Good point. We can also just sacrifice
Yeah,
our Underworld Ragehound if we need to. Well,
that's what I was worried about.
obviously, you had a spidey sense that was tingling.
It's unfortunate, but I think you just sack both your other creatures to the Slaughter
Yeah.
Priest.
Yeah, that makes sense. Especially if they're going to eat our Blood Aspirant anyway. Yeah. Get rid of this turtle.
All right, turtle down.
The Ricks to go. Well, we ended up equipping wings. So that's something.
This is going to be tough to beat. We're
Thrix
pretty
is
far behind
we have
here.
a we have a 4/5 that can block it in the air.
I mean, we also have Porton. We've got outs.
We have Portent, we have Final Flare. We got ways to kill it. And this card's basically useless right now, so
Crone War is the one I
assuming
would like to see.
oh, that's a good option. I like that. We
I
attack
think you
first.
smash with the Slaughter Priest, and then yeah,
Yeah.
War Leader equip. That's fine.
Yeah. At least now they can't counter. Honestly, are they even supposed to block? Yeah, they're probably supposed to block. This is
That's
fine for
close.
us. I think it's 4-turn clock versus 3-turn clock, but we could survive for a little bit. If we draw a Thrill of possibility. Wait, yeah, that's what it's called. Wait, Thrill,
Yeah.
yeah, Thrill of possibility. We could get some gas. A Crone War would be fantastic. Ah, Stinging Lionfish. That's a bummer. I guess it only taps on our turn, so we're fine for now.
Wow, opponent just not like if they attacks with Thrix there, I don't think you can block. Like if they didn't pre-combat their spells, that's a yikes.
Let's just keep playing Mountains because we have way more red cards. We don't need black mana for. We don't have any double black cards, yeah. And then we just don't play anything. I don't think we play our. We can't even play Ragehound. Well, if they have nothing, we're fine.
I mean, they have an Omen. We're not in a good spot here.
I'm optimistic. This is where the classic YouTube whitelist comes into play. Oh, yes.
It's not a bad one. I would be. Yeah, I probably ought to do that. There's a world where you could think about escaping Ragehound and then giving it Destructible as a 5-powered attacker next turn.
We don't have enough stuff in our graveyard to escape it.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's sad.
It is sad. Do we attack and then just let these trade off potentially?
I think you attack, yeah.
Wow, they've got the vexing goal. Well, at least
Good that you found another good blocker in the
yeah,
end.
I know.
All right, we can. This is
This
this is
is
still winnable.
very winnable. All we need is a Crowan War. Easy. Or Port and a Betrayal, that would also be good. All they have is a
Fortune.
Mana Sink in play, an Omen of the Sea, definitely, and like 3 flyers. This is where
The
Wings of...
top power move. Wow.
Oh gosh, they're just asserting dominance.
You're Scrimey River fan, aren't you? Have we
Uh,
talked about that? No?
Scrimey River. Is that Riley Knight's
That's
podcast?
Riley Knight's
I haven't
podcast,
listened
yeah.
to it, but I've always kind of wanted to.
They have a segment on there that's awesome called Power Moves.
Oh my gosh, I need to listen to that podcast. Riley Knight's like one of my favorite commentators. He always just says like really random facts. They're scrying again because they know it's on. They know the card that's on top. Oh my gosh! Wow, they just let that happen
That was really good for you.
for us. This is a collective
For us. Team YouTube.
team. Metronome Bolas. Oh yes, that top deck though. Holy smokes! What glory.
I mean,
Um,
I swamp.
do we change our wings to this guy? Probably not, because we want to be able to trade with the Thrix.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Well, we are not technically dead.
It's the best kind of not
we
dead.
are dead. I see.
Yeah.
We are indeed dead.
That was unlucky.
I would say we drew 10 lands, and they had a bunch of flyers. But not all is lost, because we still have a good deck. And we didn't draw any of our rares.
We just want people to feel like they've got a chance against the deck too, you know.
Yeah,
starting off before we ratchet up the win rate.
It's not fair if every time someone gets matched up against the NicolaiBolas tag on MTG Arena, they just want to concede because they know I'm whitelisted.
That's right. You got to keep expectations.
Yeah, I've told Wizards to put some bad draws into my games. They were like, "But no, we want you to have only good draws," and I was like, "Well, we got to keep things somewhat fair for other people." Oh gosh. Well, this is a good hand.
Just A+.
Instant win card. I love how Elspeth's Nightmare is just like instant win. I like how you qualified your A+ down to an A. You're like, it's not quite Dream Trawler level. Just.
I mean, well, no, we just need. It would be an A+ if we had a swamp. We got to do some work here.
Oh yeah, this hand. Yeah. We have a thrill though. This is a good time to have a thrill. And Omen of the Forge to keep us alive. We've got our Scophos plus Sack Outlet. Final Flare plus Omen of the Forge. We've got all the combos. Wow. Well, we're thrilling here.
Are you? I think you're omening.
Omening? Okay.
I don't want to take 3 here. We don't have a target for Nightmare yet.
I don't want to take 4 either. Well, Triumph of Anax is definitely gone.
That was pretty darn good for you.
Yeah, I'll say. That was really good. And now we thrill and get rid of Rage Scarred.
I'm into that.
Looking for land. We're hunting for lands. And we found it. It was not a swamp, though. Sad day. Oh my gosh. Give me a swamp. No! So close. We just.
It's fine. I think you got to snap off Final Flare here, unfortunately.
We could have Crowan War, count on them playing another creature, and then Final Flare that.
Well, but a Crowan War is not going to kill Renata.
No, because we would sacrifice Renata to Final Flare.
Oh, yeah.
It's a very greedy play. Probably not necessary.
I don't think I would do that.
Because we just have such a safer option with Scophos War Leader and a Crowan War Leader. Those are just like the small little weird plays. Also, this Triumph of Annex is going to do literal nothing.
Yeah, it feels pretty good.
Yeah, it's honestly such a great feeling when Triumph of Annex is a complete blank. Like, even if they can't even get that back, I don't even know what their plan can be here. My plan is to draw, draw.
So, if you take their thing and sack it, you'll get the tokens, right?
Yes.
With the Crowan War.
When I control, it's about who controls it.
Yeah. So I guess we just play a Flummox Cyclops here.
Yeah, they can't fight, or they can fight, but
Be pretty brutal if they could flash in something here.
it'd be pretty funny if they didn't realize it was up to one creature you don't control and they just fought anyway. That would be kind of sad, though. It'd be a sad way
That'd
to.
be good for the home team.
It'd be good for the home team. The best misclick that my opponent ever had was they were in a winning position on MTGO, and they had the Aspirant Satyr that's in our deck, the one that lets you sack things to ping things, and
Oh yeah.
they sacked one of their creatures and then pinged the Blood Aspirant.
Oh no.
And then there was another time, I think in the same match, where they had a Triumph of Annex, and they thought that it would sacrifice before the fight happened, so they thought it would be one toughness and power bigger than it actually was, and then it wasn't, and that's not how it worked out. Oh gosh, we just play Stampede Rider.
I'm tempted to do a Crow and War here myself.
Yeah, what are we? Ooh, and then we just.
You got to attack.
Do we though?
It's not blocking.
I mean, this thing.
What's not blocking?
This thing can block Anax though.
Assuming they don't play a red card. Good
point. The good old post Stampede Rider attack. It was all part of the micro play that I'm so proud of. Those tiny edges that you accumulated by playing your creatures post combat and all those great things. Just throw them all away. I mean, a Crone War is just super risky because we no longer have Final Flare, and we'd have to draw a land and then get. Wow. Scophos Warleader immediately. Stampede Rider is actually looking great here. 3 mana, 3/4, trample.
I do think it's good in our deck.
Yeah, the fact that it triggers on both turns is really nice.
That's why I think this deck's good. Like, we've got some filler card quality, but the filler we have does belong in our archetype.
Wow, our deck, once we draw another land, is going to be amazing. I think we just take the 4/3 and start bashing. Or no, we take the Anax and start bashing, because then if any of our other guys die, we're in great shape, and Anax is going to be a 5/3 for us.
I kind of just want to play Liar.
Yeah? Well, if we take Anax and hit them for... This doesn't give haste, does it? No, it does not. Well, if we take Anax, attack them with
everything. You're taking Anax, and are you attacking with the Rider and the Cyclops then?
Yes. Hit them for 7. If they kill one, we get another 1/1.
But I think we're in danger of just giving them back Anax, which is not where you want to be with a Crone War, right?
Well, they are at 16 now. Assuming they block Cyclops, they're taking 3. And the next turn, they... Yeah, I guess. Let's just play Liar. Giving them back Anax doesn't seem like the end of the world to me, but it's probably better to just wait, because we have 5 spells, and they have...
I think you smash with the Cyclops again.
Yes. The classic pre-combat spell, just to put them off the scent.
Still got Infuriate repped.
Oh yeah, repping that Infuriate so hard.
This is great.
This worked out. When we have 5 spells and they have 1. Also, a Crone War cleans up all of the goat tokens. Or Satyr tokens, as it were. And now they can get back Rage Hound, so that Rage Hound will also suicide due to the Crone War.
We just need to draw land.
We're going to be getting some serious value. Oh, they have Final Flare. Wow, that really works out.
But this is where we get to leverage the Crone War now.
Also,
like to actually 100% kill things.
We also get to leverage the fact that we actually still have cards in hand.
Assuming we draw lands.
I just always assume I'm going to draw land here, because why wouldn't I? Obviously, I'm going to draw land. And if I don't, we'll probably draw a spell we can cast. Like another... No, we don't even have another Flummox Cyclops. I think we untap, because if we don't draw land, we want to tap this Anax, probably.
No, we want to take something with a Crone War here, okay, right?
Good point, yeah. So we will not untap. Well, that was inspiring.
So I think we a Crone War and take Scophos Maze Warden.
Yep, I agree. And the next turn we have a Blood Aspirant we can play, and then we can sacrifice on the 3rd turn.
Right. Maximum value.
Maximum value, obviously. Blood Aspirant was the perfect draw if we weren't going to draw.
So like a Crone War is best when you're behind. Or like a parody or something. Like it's really not.
It's also great if you're ahead and just use it as a take your guy, make all your guys attack.
It's just great.
Yeah. It's best when you're behind, or when you're at parity, or if you're ahead, you can just win the game. So what I'm trying to say is it's just a great card. Ah, the Rage Hound has returned. Like all their guys are going to have to attack us next turn, and they're all just going to die. Decline. Actually, I should have let that untap so it could attack. Whoops. So we can play Amulet, sack it to get a swamp, and then play Soul Reaper of Mogus or Blood Aspirant. Blood Aspirant is slightly better.
I think it doesn't matter
because they both can sacrifice this Scophos Maze Warden. Actually, we can just let the Scophos Maze Warden block the Underworld Rage Hound.
Well, I think you want to kill the Annex, though, right?
Annex is going to kill himself, I think, if we don't do anything, because it'll deal damage equal to its power to itself.
Okay, yeah.
So I don't think we want to trade this off, because then Annex won't die. So we want to play the Soul Reaper so that we can sacrifice Scophos. It's a tricky balancing act, the Akroan War. So these things are going to hit us for 7.
We're just going to take 7?
Yeah, I don't think we trade, because these things will kill themselves then.
We have a free block on Annex, right?
Oh, right. Duh. I was so busy thinking about how the Akroan War could make Annex kill itself. Wow. The main deck Irreverent Revelers.
You hate to see it.
Really got me. And now we don't have the chump block.
So now I think they're going to get the creatures anyway. This is tough. That's a good rip for them because now Annex makes 2 tokens.
Yeah, I think we just probably...
Still think you got to trade it off because we need to play a Scophos War Leader here.
Yeah, agreed.
And then you block the Annex, they don't get the tokens from the Rage Hound.
Yeah. We're still at a high life total, and these 1/1s don't really matter all that much. And our Elspeth's Nightmare. Ooh, there go all our lands. And then we just play a Scophos, and the game just... Wow, why would it tap out and leave me a black mana? That's just...
Auto tapper.
Auto tapper. What a legend. No attacks. I think we're just so unbelievably favored. Next turn we can just Elspeth's Nightmare the Revelers, get rid of their Rage Hound once and for all if we want to.
Yeah, you're in a very good spot here.
Wow, the Rage Hound has returned. Wow, okay. I think I'd rather kill this, so. Do you want to play Elspeth's Nightmare and take out the Skola Grove Dancer and play Blood Aspirant, or just play a second War Leader?
I think I want to kill the Grove Dancer.
Yeah, so they can't get any fuel. That makes sense. That's what I was leaning towards as well.
I don't think it particularly matters, though. I think you could play your cards in any order, assuming they don't play some horrific bomb.
Yeah. Things are looking up.
A 4/5 body, though. We talked about it in the draft.
The 4/5, so relevant. So good. Well, they drew a forest. Just gonna play everything. I'll just hold up Blood Aspirant, because why not? I guess.
I think you attack here with the Scophos War Leader.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. We know they don't have anything. And then we can either play Wings of Hubris or just hold up Blood Aspirant, sacrificing something. Probably best.
I don't think it matters.
Yeah, I'm just going to hold it up, because then we would grow this guy to a 3/3 and ping one of these things, so it makes us actually have good attackers again. Well, that's really, really what I like to see. Yikes.
I mean, we have wings.
Yes, we do. Jeez. Terrifyingly close to death. If we didn't have Wings. Wings has been an all-star performer. no longer have any fuel for this.
So you wanted to kill a 1/1 there with that, right?
Yes, I am that skillful that I forgot. And also, it's a lot of clicks, and I totally forgot. I'm just going to emphasize the fact that I definitely forgot. And then I just make the Soul Reaper flying.
That makes me nervous.
Versus a Phoenix of Ash flying. As long as the thing doesn't die to Omen of the Forge, I think it's irrelevant, right?
Yeah. Well, we could play around a top-decked Roas's Blessing if you put it on a War Leader, but we really don't want to throw a War Leader away.
It would be a trade if it was War Leader. I like putting it on War Leader. That seems solid.
Well, no. But like, Soul Reaper blocks Phoenix, right? So we don't die to Phoenix, and then you win by attacking with the 2 Soul Reapers.
In 2 turns. I don't win this turn.
Right, but I think that's what we want. We want to give them 1 more draw step, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
I think you attack with both.
Yep. Not killing a Satyr could actually be kind of relevant. Because now we're dead if they do have a removal spell. Actually, no, they have 3 pumps. But yeah, they would have had 2 pumps, so that we would have not died. Though we can still sacrifice one of these things so that we're not actually dead. And end turn. Okay, opponent, what do you got?
All right. The fact that we're getting the blockers here is good.
We're just going to trade, right? Because they only have 1 card in graveyard. Boom! And they can easy win. Never close. Perfect mechanical play.
The skill, the speed, the grace.
It's like watching an Olympic synchronized swimming competition. I guess those aren't really speedy, though. Yeah. The diving is kind of the grace part. That was what immediately popped into my head when I heard the grace is just an Olympic diver. It's crazy.
Still feel good about the 7X.
Yeah, me too. It's
still
crazy.
Feel good.
Yeah, the Olympics got canceled. That just hit me like, oh my gosh.
Did they really?
Yeah. They got postponed.
It was the Summer Olympic Games this year, right?
Yeah, they got postponed. I was thinking of diving, and then I was like, holy heck, there are not going to be any Olympics this year. Like, nuts.
Whoa, poggers. I wonder if we're going to have marching band. That would be...
That'd be a nightmare if they didn't.
My school might be... Like, I don't know what would happen. The kids love marching band.
Marching band is cool. Like, yeah, everybody loves marching band. Even people that have never been in marching bands love marching bands. Okie doke.
Good Pilgrim.
Well, another solid hand.
It's not great, but you got to keep, I think.
Yeah, we got the Omen of the Forge. Oh, we're on the play.
Yeah, it's definitely worse on the play, but you still have to keep, I think.
Yeah. Opponent has chosen the Teferi emblem. Our avatar.
I rock the Tezzeret avatar myself.
Ooh, nice. I used to rock the... If you don't choose an avatar for default, it gives you a random one every game. So I used to rock that one, but then I just went for the classic brand recognition. This isn't my favorite NicolaiBolas art. Wow, 3 colors. Bold.
Elspeth's Nightmare feels good, man.
Oh, yes, it does. It does indeed.
Whiff. No, that's all right. That could have been worse.
La-da-da-da. It could have been a lot worse, for sure. And we can even get rid of it if they have nothing better in hand.
Wow, opponent giving you the nice.
We're hitting him.
You have emotes turned on.
Wow,
the aggressive good game.
I love hitting people with the aggressive good game. It's like
the ultimate. I have emotes turned off. They tilt me too much.
Oh my gosh, they played Banishing Light to exile our Elspeth's Nightmare.
That's insanely good for you.
That's incredible.
Well, Sand went from sketchy to insanely good.
I only ever hit them with the emotes when they deserve it. Wow. Do we portent now? I think we wait a turn to portent.
Would portent now. You don't want to get Warbriar's Blessing.
I guess that's true.
And I think a green-white deck with Siona is likely to have copies of Warbriar's Blessing.
Do we want Wings of Hubris?
I don't think so. Your stuff is bigger than theirs.
It is a sweet combo with Tectonic Giant, though.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And we're choked on mana though. I don't know. I think you want to draw lands.
Yeah, let's just go for lands. I had a horrible feeling as soon as I played the Portent that it was going to tap me out of red mana. I like didn't.
That would have been embarrassing.
I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I like as soon as I played it, I was like, oh no, Magic Arena, given the opportunity to screw me up, will definitely do it. Oh my gosh, it's our
There
good friend.
is.
He just dies.
Yikes. Sorry, good pilgrim.
Wow, your friend made an appearance.
My opponent's enemies of enlightenment have not been that anemic.
I wish we had this card in our deck. If only we could be so fortunate to have such a good card in our deck. I think we just play the giant and then hit them, and then they're dead next turn. Because we have like 5 guaranteed damage from this thing 3, this thing 2.
And you can play Omen, their Dome, and sack it the Warleader. So they have to play 2 creatures here to stabilize.
Yeah. Or they could just play an enemy of enlightenment.
Your little fox is happy over there, your little 8.5 tails.
I know you don't turn on the animal creature thing, I'm betting. If you don't have a notes on.
I don't have one.
Wait, what? Oh, you don't use the Mastery Pass to get one?
No.
Oh. I like the fox. The fox is my favorite one. I don't have the one from Theros Beyond Death because I was like, the fox is so much cooler than the little owl creature that like I would never use the owl creature.
Yeah, no Mastery Pass for me.
Yeah.
Although I probably will be playing Arena a little bit more now that I have a green screen. I'm really entertained by my green screen.
The green screen is hype. That's awesome. I like how the little things are like the motivation for things like that. It's like you want to use the cool, sick, like the awesome green screen. I also like how your background has like all of the moxes on it. Well, we just draw Elspeth's Nightmare every game. It makes it easy.
It's a good plan.
It's a good plan. The fox actually turns different colors. My camera my camera for my videos is right over the fox, so the people on the video have no idea what I'm talking about. But the fox changes. There's only three color settings for the fox.
I'm very impressed.
The previous one, which was the Chandra's Fire Cat from the M20, no, yeah, from before Throne of Eldraine, has 5 color settings. It can be like all sorts of different colors. And then I have like the custom sleeves and stuff because I liked the art, and it was like the first thing I ever got on Arena. I was like, oh, this could be good. I'm just waiting for them to play like a 2/3. Oh my gosh, that's kind of sad. Ugh. Well,
could be worse.
Do we Elspeth's Nightmare them?
I don't think so. I would play a Stampede Rider and just get on board.
What are we going to discard?
A couple 5-drops?
Yeah, probably. Wow, that's much better to Elspeth's Nightmare. Do you want Nightmare now?
I do.
This way they can't get a double striking monster going. I'm glad they didn't have +2/+2 to stop that.
And this also probably forces them to fire off the aspect.
Yeah, and we can now we have Raychound to discard, so I feel a lot better about it. Wow, they just go for it.
Unicron.
Wow, it's their only.
That's good news for you.
I'm confused. I wonder why they didn't play it. They just said good game. What?
This is not ideal for you. I think you got to play Flummox Cyclops though.
Yeah, just for the mana. I mean, it's not horrible. I mean, they have like nothing going on. They have a unicorn. They're gonna have a second unicorn, but as soon as we play some Scophoses, that should be a little bit okay. I don't know.
Well, double unicorn with an enchantment in hand is a little scary.
Oh yeah, true. They have to suicide with the Heliod's Pilgrim to attack with it. This for the first one though. Oh yeah.
Chump attack is the preferred nomenclature.
Right, chump attack. We could Scophos. Scophos is just better. You would have Rage Scarred?
And attacked, yeah. with the
Really?
Flummox Cyclops because it's not blocking.
Well, I'm not. I want them to trade. They're not blocking. Well, I
I
guess they
guess,
are.
yeah.
This is really good for us, though, right?
Still great for you, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if they, I mean, because like if I play the raids card, then they can
Yeah, that was great
trade.
for you. Yeah, you're right.
This worked out quite well. Flummox Cyclops for Unicorn is a good trade. For some reason, I always feel like our opponents have no cards in hand and we have a ton, and that's probably because we've had Elspeth's Nightmare like every single game. And now we buff it with... Hit him with the 5/5 Indestructible.
I actually would have buffed Stampede Rider there and send it in.
That makes a lot more sense. Yeah, I got overeager. I was just like, let's do it. I just like kind of immediately went with it. Well, it worked out. Got in that extra point of damage. Every play I do just happens to work out by pure happenstance. Do we just play another War Leader here?
I would wings and suit up the Berserker and hit him.
Okay.
And
I'm
play
glad I
a Rage.
I'm glad I finally like actually asked what you would do before I did something because yes, this is actually a much better play. And we don't want to rob you of your 7x performance because of my insanely eek plays. Okay, this is looking great. And now they're just very close to dead. So if they have +2/+1 for everything, then these are fine blocks.
I think you put a, yeah.
These are my instinctual blocks. Does this seem okay? Plays around Indomitable Will.
I'm less in love with this because I want to kill them on the crackback.
They're at 8 and they have no blockers.
Right, but we're not going to be left with lethal.
We don't have to block with Underworld Ragehound.
That's what I think, yeah.
Okay, yeah. The 1 point of damage does not matter at all, so honestly we could just not block and probably be fine.
I think that's an option as well.
Yeah, that's what the card they had. Figured.
It's got the soul read there.
No big
Instinctual
deal.
blocks were good.
Oh yes. And now we have lethal. Boom! Opponent has scooped it up. They've seen enough. Well, we are really rolling. 2 wins away from platinum. That's like the ultimate goal. That's like double achievement in one. That's like hitting a hole in one and also winning the majors in one stroke.
I have a hole in one to my name.
Wait, really? That's the coolest thing ever.
For real? Yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh my. Boggs Golf Course in Lagodi, Indiana. It was a par 3, 150 yards.
Oh my.
And I had been in the world's biggest rut golf wise. Like I was just struggling to make good contact with the ball. And I hit it and I knew I hit it really well. And I just said about bleeping time. and then like spent about 10 minutes wandering around the green looking for my ball.
That's so funny.
Before I checked the hole, and
that's
there
the
was.
part they never show in the movies is the person like looking for their ball. Like, I swear I hit this ball really well. I'm just imagining the guy from Space Jam that was looking for Michael Jordan. Like, he's like, where did he go? And he's like digging in the hole and stuff. But yeah.
True confessions, I've never seen Space Jam.
Okay, so I have this horrible flaw where I reference movies that other people haven't seen, and then I just like assume that everyone's seen it. But yeah.
That's not a flaw. That just means you're good at referencing pop culture and I'm uncultured.
Or it's just movies that me and my brothers have seen, and so my brothers and I just know every reference to it ever, and nobody else does. But that is like I referenced The Princess Bride at one point, and I just I just assumed that everyone had seen The Princess Bride.
I think that's an assumption you should make.
I said like, aha, I am not left-handed either. And whatever that quote was, I said that one, and then the person was like, just looked at me with blank eyes. There's that horrible feeling. Ooh, Sage of Mysteries. So they're also going for that mill plan.
Oh, that's what they named. I was like, why did that just come out of their avatar?
They're the Lasav avatars. So they just have all the mysteries. Well, I didn't even look at our hand until just now because I was so talking about your hole in one, which is now a reason to be in awe. I'm just gonna play Careless Celebrant probably.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but that's so sick. Hole in one. My proudest accomplishment golf wise is getting a -11 in Wii Golf.
That's pretty sick.
I it's sick until you think about how long I played Wii Golf to achieve it. It was a lot of Wii Golf. Okay. So send in the Rage Hound probably. We don't want to send in the Careless Celebrant.
I think you do.
Oh, we do? Do we trade that with Naya? That makes sense. Hit him for 5. Golf is really fun. I actually, when I was in London, I got really into ping pong.
Oh, yeah?
I played so much ping pong because my dorm had a ping pong table, and like, I played probably over 50 hours of ping pong while I was there.
I play table tennis. We call it table tennis.
Okay, yeah. It's like
I play table tennis pretty seriously.
That's awesome. I have my own racket and everything because the rackets that they had there, they like fell apart, and so I wanted to be able to keep playing. So I got my own racket and everything. So yeah, ping pong is hype.
Yeah, I go to a club. It's closed right now because of the coronavirus and stuff, but I go to a club in Indianapolis and play.
That's pretty sweet. Are you like?
I'm good. Yeah,
Nice.
I'm like Forrest Gump.
You're for. That's a movie reference I get. See, it's all part of the social contract. We all understand these movie references. The Forrest Gump ref. I think we just take that.
I think so too. And the opponent is horrifically far behind here. They can escape that? No, they don't have double green yet.
Yeah, they don't have enough cards in graveyard. Oh, they do have enough cards in graveyard.
That's annoying.
Well, oh, yeah.
You can portent it, though?
They get an extra 1, too.
Oh, that's really annoying.
I'm just waiting for them to have to attack me with it. It'll be fine.
Wow. Did they get to eat our Rage Hound?
Wow. I think we attack with everything, so they're going to eat something, but we get in for damage either way.
But then we don't get to eat it on the crackback.
I don't think we care about... Oh, you're right. We do want to eat it on the crackback.
I mean, it just depends, right?
We eat it on the crackback,
because they're gonna make
then they play
it just turns off portent too. That card's so sick against us.
Yeah, but we're going to eat it on the crackback, as you pointed out. Because it has to attack us. And they're probably going to get back this Chainweb Arachneer. They're playing Spider Tribal, which I've never seen in this format, but this is the Spider spawning equivalent. Clearly. Wow. So we eat the Erasta, and then we get to sacrifice...
Correct. Yeah.
Then we get to sacrifice Kraken. I'm going to turn on full control now and upkeep stop.
But you don't need to upkeep stop. You're going to sack Shoal Kraken.
Yeah, I am.
To kill the Sage. So you block the Sage with the Aspirant, and then you can... Oh, but it has Summoning Sickness. All right, never mind. Ignore me.
They mill themselves, finally. Someone understands what's going on.
They went pretty deep here.
Yeah, I'm actually a little bit worried.
This is a tough matchup for our deck.
They still do have to attack in the Erasta, trade it with our Stampede Rider. So this, each type creature, so I can, oh no, I can't sacrifice anything to that because I don't have the mana. Block here, block here. So we just trade Stampede Rider for Erasta, which is okay.
Are you thrilling here?
What would we thrill? The other thrill?
I don't know.
Portent's basically a removal spell.
Do we have enough to escape a Rage Hound right now?
Not yet. We will once a Crone War goes to the graveyard, though.
Yeah, I think we don't thrill in.
Definitely want to make sure we sacrifice this thing. Do we just do this now? Oh, no, we don't want to do that because then each tap creature, and this would kill itself.
What would kill itself?
Oh, we have to
Oh
kill
yeah,
our
you
own blood
don't.
aspirant then, I think.
Oh, that's a yikes.
That is a yikes. I think it's probably necessary though, trading blood aspirant for Shoal Kraken. It's just kind of
I
annoying.
agree. I agree. You can,
We can draw, and then if we draw Final Flare.
yeah. Wow.
I don't like to toot my own horn, but there are these times.
Wow.
We can Final Flare the Nexus Wardens, then this thing will sacrifice itself to, and Blood Aspirant will be a 3/3 and can attack past Destiny Spinner, which seems reasonable.
Wow. What is it like?
What's it like to live in my world? Um,
Yeah. How
it's
much do you pay Watsy monthly?
I can't disclose that on my contract. It is yeah, it's just play to your outs. These are the classic scenarios. How much do I pay Watsy monthly? Oh yeah, this is great. Next attack. That ended up really working out for us.
It really did.
I'm just yeah, and I think we do thrill away the thrill because we want to hit a 6th land so that we can port this Arachneer. Though I guess
I
they can bring
agree.
back Arachneer twice. So maybe we
Oh,
don't.
they have a lot of action in the graveyard. Yeah,
What
this
is
game is
it?
not over.
They have hit a lot of lands. Maybe we just like play the long game. Like this
I
next
think you play
turn,
the long
we
game.
just
Yeah,
bring
I
back
agree.
Underworld Ragehound. Oh my gosh, they're gonna deck themselves. And then we bring back Ragehound on a turn where we can attack with that and the Arachneer. There's the land we wanted.
Whoa.
Well, we want to be able to port and
Yeah, I guess you need a 6/1 eventually.
yeah, I guess maybe we could have thrilled it first, but this way we can hold up the sacrifice of we can sacrifice the Ragehound to kill the Wave Mystic if we need to. We're in a good spot here.
I don't know that we're in a good spot.
I mean,
We have 2 more 4/5s to churn through.
they're going to be very close to dead because we can take the 4/5, hit them for 8.
They have blocks though.
Good point. Okay, and every land we draw. Oh my gosh.
That doesn't help.
That doesn't help. Yeah, I was so optimistic. I think we do the 4/5 play now.
I guess so. Yeah.
Because otherwise our Ragehound suicides.
Jump attack.
Right, jump attack. That's a new terminology I will make sure I use in the future. At least do my best to use. I understand why that would be far preferable. And we get to sacrifice. Oh, yeah, we could have sacrificed it to kill their Wave Mystic, but I did not. Whoops.
I think you still do. I don't know. Then we're in the same boat next turn. Maybe
So
not.
now
This
they're
is
at
fine.
6. I should have just done it last turn. Let's see what they find. Okay, they milled.
They're going hard on the middle.
Yes, they are.
How many cards left in their deck?
They have 11.
Oh, that's a lot. Okay.
Yeah, they're all right. The reason them going to 6 is really good because then Wings of Hubris almost lets us just win immediately. Because we can just make a guy unblockable. And sacrificing it makes this guy into a 5/5. So we're actually really close to having them just dead. Little do they know. But we don't want to do that until the very end because otherwise the Chain of Arachneer will get us and kill our flyer. Wow. Well, well, well.
It's a good draw.
Yes, it is. I'm worried they have a counterspell, though.
That would be unfortunate.
Yeah. It's what it is. It doesn't really matter. We have so much action. They're at such a low
I mean,
level.
you're strong enough, though, that they can't really attack us.
Yeah, if we get any... This Wings of Hubris is actually a huge game. As soon as we can sacrifice one other creature, this will be a 5/5, and then Wings is lethal. So they're at a functional 1 life right now. What is it like, indeed? Honestly, maybe it's you being like a guest. I feel like I don't always draw like this. Maybe I'm just so used to it that it doesn't feel.
Maybe it's our combined unluckiness that we're finally getting what's due to us.
Yeah, I don't feel like distinctly unlucky. Oh my gosh, they're just gonna deck themselves.
That's kind of scary. Is they like an Uro or something they're digging towards?
If they play Uro, don't they just die?
I
And they milled
mean, it's not
themselves
going to be
with
able.
Sage of Mysteries. Oh no, they've got to have the Oracle card.
Thassa's Oracle?
Oh no,
Are we just dead?
I think so.
We just are, yeah. There it is.
Wow.
You don't have a way to kill it either. That's too bad. We realized it too late. We didn't have a way to get push damage any harder, though.
We could have
really.
put him to 1. Ouch.
All right, we're gonna 7x still. It's
That was
happening.
That was a very. I can't believe it took me that long to realize what they were doing. Man. 3 wins, not only 7x's, but also puts me into platinum. Just
It will be
unrelated.
perfection.
That was like actually like kind of unreal because I totally didn't even think about that. I was like, oh, why are they milling themselves so much? And we were only 1 point of damage off. It was like super close. Maybe we were supposed to just go for it. Like start thrilling away stuff to look for.
We would have pushed more damage potentially if we no, we wouldn't have even.
If we had killed off, if we had killed the Towering Wave Mystic, we would have won. If we had killed it by sacrifice.
No, that's what I was thinking. They just block with something else, right?
They block with Destiny Spinner.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. No, but then they wouldn't have milled themselves for 2 with the Wave Mystic. Don't ask me why I played the Slaughter Priest instead of the Underworld Rage Hound. I think because we just drew it for turn and I wasn't paying attention. But if we had...
I've been there.
If we had... we'll play the Amulet because it'll hit bonus damage. Okay, they have Vexing Goal. Sure. Okay. I'm just thinking, like, if we had played the... Yeah, that 2 cards difference was probably a difference in the game. I didn't even think about it. We just block.
I would block here.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's actually a really nice block for us.
More lionfish.
Sacrifice this, pumps up our Slaughter Priest. So good.
I wonder if you're supposed to play a second amulet. I don't think so. It's pretty awkward.
I don't think we are. I think we just Omen of the Forge, the Lionfish.
Really? I'm a little more...
Do you want to trade off Slaughter Priest?
Yes. If they want to make that trade, I'm in for that trade. Our hand has got to be better than theirs.
Okay, let's do it then. That sounds fine to me. I guess killing their Vexing Goal is probably more satisfying.
Like I want to omen down their Vexing Goal, yes.
That works for me.
I think we just play Stampede Rider, yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy how one slight thing like the 2 extra cards can be such a big difference maker.
That's why Magic's great.
Those are the cool moments. Yeah, exactly.
Yikes.
Okay. Illyrios. Well, that was a... I'm not going to say that wasn't a great draw, because it was.
I think I would Rowan Ward.
But then if we don't draw land, we're into trouble.
Why are we in trouble?
Because we don't have a way to sacrifice the thing.
Well, you can take their Illyrios, right? And block the 3/2 with it. Doesn't it untap, or does it not untap? The Crone War untaps the creature, no? Does the Crone War untap the creature?
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. That's unfortunate. Okay. All right, I'm less excited about that play then.
We can take the Vexing Goal and then have it block the Reflection at some point.
Yeah, maybe that's the play. Yeah, I think I would do that. We need time. We're behind here pretty hard. Stops their offense.
Oh my gosh, if we draw a land, we can have a 4/5 and then just double block the Shoal Kraken. Oh yeah. This is going to be super good.
Assuming they don't have interaction, but
I mean, they only have 2 cards, and if they do, either way, we're going to either get rid of their Vexing Gull and this Illyrius token, or the Shoal Kraken.
so
Well, that was good.
depending on what happens here, yeah, that's all fine. So we don't even need to sacrifice anything.
Yeah. They have to attack. Wow. Stampede Rider actually MVP. This is the best I've ever seen Stampede Rider, pretty much. Is this deck. We have so many 4-powered things. And like the 4 toughness actually really matters.
Alright. Gotta feel great about where we're at right
Holding
now.
full control. I didn't hit it in time. Shoot.
We didn't want to do that anyway.
Well, we could have sacrificed it to Skofos to give him Menace.
I don't worry.
I think we just play Skofos and attack.
With our Skofos?
With both, right?
Okay.
I mean, trading Caliphate for Stampede Rider is probably good, right? Maybe that's a little bit worse.
I don't feel quite as far ahead as you do right now.
You want to be a little more defensive?
Yeah. I only want to attack with the War Leader. Because if they top take a removal spell, like we just don't want to give them a way to cheese out the game.
True. I definitely get cheesed out of a lot of games. They're all just flashing through my mind right now. Oh my gosh. Yesterday I had a game where I had
that right there.
Oh yeah. Good point.
I guess they're still, it's not really different because they couldn't kill our Skofos War Leader, but like if we attack both and they top deck Sleep of the Dead or whatever.
Yeah. I had a one of the 8/8 hexproof Krakens, and I had a flyer in play, and my opponent had like nothing on board to kill me. And then their last 2 cards happened to be Dreadful Apathy for my flyer, Revoke Existence for my Kiorabest the Sea God, and then they like top decked like Phoenix to kill me. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is unreal. Okay. Well, now we can get back our Ragehound, which is nice.
Yeah, Ragehound Liar seems good.
I was like, where did our second Skofos War Leader go? Because they're just stacked on top of each other. I was like, where the heck did it go?
And then next turn you play Liar here too, and the next turn you can tap something down and get in.
Yeah, true. I was honestly like incredibly worried. I was like, where did our second Skofos War Leader go? He was here a second ago, I swear. Oh, are they doing it again? Oh my gosh, really? I think we just let that happen, right? Or we can double block.
No, you double block here. I don't know.
Trading a Skofos War Leader for a massive Oread probably is correct.
I would not block with Ragehound. I would double block with both War Leaders.
What's the difference?
Oh, there isn't a difference. I thought it was a 7/7 in my brain. Sorry.
I did as well. I had that thought, and I did the double check on the counting because it's like a 5/7. If it was a 7/5, it would actually matter. Yeah, I almost considered not blocking. Those are the types of semi too aggressive plays. Some might consider too aggressive. And by some, I mean all. Hold the land in case we draw Thrill. Tap down. Caliphate. Thanks, Auto Tapper. You left me with a red mana, which is perfect. Just what I needed. Whew, I think we got the W here.
I don't know. There's still a lot of things that could happen. There's a lot of powerful cards in this set. Apparently they did not draw one of them.
I was like, they're at a functional 3. We have Liar to tap down anything they play. And we are only 2 wins away from the perfect run here.
The Platinum 7 win.
The Platinum 7 win. That's like the best possible 7 win. Because you rank up and you get a 7th win. We probably could have won.
I'm feeling the pressure to tie Ethan right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Funny story is when we got to this last round with Ethan, he was like, "Okay, no jokes. We're gonna play this, but 100% optimal because I actually really care about winning this." Oh my gosh. I believe. Well, this is a good start.
This is a great start.
2 amazing songs, and they're mulliganing. This is a good place to be. And we're on the draw, which makes it more likely for us to have a target. And they're playing a white deck. And we just top deck a creature.
Oh, that's friendly.
I
That's what I
almost.
miss with emotes turned off.
They said
You almost
hello,
get
and
gamed
I
them.
almost said good game, and then I realized that they had only like said like something kind of friendly. So I was like, okay, I don't have to go full aggro mode on them. Oh, the game's over.
Game over.
We thrill here, right? Away a mountain.
That's pretty greedy.
Yeah, probably.
I would not do that.
Probably just a tad. My favorite emote usage is definitely the attack your 2/2 into their 3/3. Say oops when you have a combat trick in hand. That's
just to mess with them.
My favorite emote usage. Yes, and then they block. You get them and then say good game.
I just have them disabled. I can't.
You can't.
I can't do it.
I only mute people temporarily if they're spamming your go, your go, your go. Wow, I'm glad we didn't get rid of that land. That would have been kind of bad. Well,
Haktos? That's a yikes.
that's a potential yikes. They also have a black card in their hand, so a little bit less of a yikes. If they draw a swamp, I'm gonna be in fire.
All right. You gotta take Banishing Light here, I think.
Yeah, and then we just hope that Haktos ends up on 3. I think we play the Stampede Rider.
I agree.
So it's 2, 3, or 4. So we could maybe take the Haktos.
You're gonna want to put a stop on your upkeep if they play something.
They're attacking. Oh, they have the aspect. Duh. Which means they probably can't play Haktos. Oh, they don't have a land. Well, we'll just draw normally then.
See, this is why you don't throw away lands.
Yes, that would have been really bad. I think we just play Soul Reaper and attack them.
I agree. We do want to get this game over with sooner rather than later, though. So
yeah, I'm kind of afraid of this Haktos. Not gonna lie.
You could also pitching thrill and.
Does Haktos have protection? Does Haktos have protection from himself? Ha! There's the swamp. There's the justice.
Wow, punished.
Maximum punishment. If they play Cyclops, I would probably have taken Cyclops. I'm surprised they didn't, to be quite honest. This works out though. Berserker up our Soul Reaper. Stampede Rider naturally gets bigger.
I mean, yeah, you need them to not draw a mountain here.
I mean, if they do play a mountain and it's protection from everything but 4, we can take it with a Crone War. If it's protection from everything but 3, we can kill it with Final Flare. But if it is protection from everything but 2, we are in trouble. Because a Crone War will make it deal damage to itself. View battlefield. Wait, what? Huh. So they have Infuriate? So
you gotta put Soul Reaper Mogus first still.
Really? But if they have Infuriate, I guarantee a kill. Oh yeah, I guess. Maybe
but otherwise, if they don't have Infuriate, you don't kill anything?
But why would they block like this if they didn't have Infuriate?
Alright, you're right. Put the 1/1 first.
And if they do get us, then they're like a sick genius. They're a genius. Nice. They're an absolute god. I have utmost respect for my opponent.
I think we're gonna lose this game now.
Are you serious?
Because it depends on what Haktos rolls.
Haktos has to literally roll a 2 exactly, and even then he has to attack us every turn, so we can just hit him on the crackback. We can, if they play Haktos, we can take their Soul Reaper of Mogus. Let's see what he rolls. Protection from each converted mana cost other than 3.
Alright, that's good for the home team.
That's great for the home team. We literally have 2 3-drops in play. Oh gosh, I think we at Crone War take their Soul Reaper of Mogus.
That's aggressive.
Well, the Haktos has to attack in, and we just immediately trade.
Okay, but then you're okay.
What do you? Yeah, right. Okay, they also have the aspect of Manticore.
Aspect. I mean,
so I guess we take the Haktos. They aspect to kill their own Soul Reaper, and then we.
You can't take the Haktos. It's got protection.
No, we take the Soul Reaper, and then we block the Haktos with their Soul Reaper. It's protection from everything but 3.
I'm into a Crone War here, and then we just no attacks.
No attacks.
I don't know. You could leverage a Crone War a lot more next turn. I think we were just supposed to play Stampede Rider there.
I forgot we drew a Stampede Rider, not gonna lie. Which one is ours? Wait, which one is theirs? Owner, them. Okay, good to know. Owner, Minotaur Shaman is Peoples. So they're now they're gonna aspect. I once played against an opponent who played Haktos, rolled 3, and then proceeded to put 2 copies of the +3/+3 aura on it. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And I actually had blockers for it 2 turns in a row. I would have at least. Until they did that to me. We hit them for 5, 7, 10. And if they do this, then they can't also play the Cyclops. Why, they just let it happen. This is amazing. Oh, the Sunmane Pegasus. Okay.
That's fine.
So this has to attack.
I mean, you just smash here.
Yeah, I'm deciding whether or not I'm supposed to, like, Final Flare to kill this before.
I think you hold it up when they go for the aspect to try to gain life, right?
Yeah.
I think you just play Careless Celebrant, hold up Final Flare here.
Well, the thought is if I just Final Flare, I hit them. Final Flare, play Celebrant, I hit them for 5. I would sacrifice the Acroan War. I hit them for 5, 7, 10. They're at 5. They have only this as a blocker in hand. But I guess that's just...
Oh, yeah, that's a good line, too. All right, I'm into it.
Just a bit aggressive because...
No, that's a good line.
I just like to close the game when I can because I don't want them to, like, somehow top deck, like, +2/+2 protect themselves. And now we have like 10 lethal creatures. And this thing can't block.
Exaggeration, but...
The classic flummoxed Cyclops that can't block. I'm surprised they didn't go for the aspect play. Yeah. Got him.
Good games.
We'll hit him with the good game. We're going into the final round, Ben.
Pressure's on.
This is the final round. This is the exact situation I found myself in with Lord Tupperware. Except this time there's the extra pressure of Platinum.
And I already know he accomplished the goal, so
you're
I'm
right.
feeling it even more.
Yeah, but I think the deck we had when I was with him was a little bit better, so this would be even more of an achievement. So I'll just throw that out there. We have Flummox Cyclops in the main. Any changes you want? You want to add our boy Enemy of Enlightenment to the mix?
No. We are running it as is.
This is the deck that got us here. And this is the matchup where you really don't want to face a Dream Trawler or something. Or you want to beat Dream Trawler with our Entrancing Lyre. Imagine how sweet that would be.
That would be nice. Would be nice.
This is the dream. Okay. We're against Literal Teferi. NicolaiBolas versus Teferi. Okay.
The Teferi synergy is nice. I appreciate that from the opponent.
I like how they... Let's see if their sleeves match before we decide if there's synergy or not. This is a great hand. Oh my gosh, they've got Ashiok sleeves.
That's a bit of a yikes.
It is a bit of a yikes. This hand is great though. 2-drop, 3-drop, 5-drop. Wings of Hubris.
A little light on good cards.
I will admit, I wish we had some of our rares, but we're going to draw those eventually.
We have not seen our 3/4 giant like in any meaningful situation.
We had him turn into a fish once. Maybe that's not the most meaningful, but it's something. Well, I'm liking our odds a little bit better here.
We could be getting trawled.
Oh, you're right. That's the ultimate dream, isn't it? To face Dream Trawler in the high pressure match. Do we play Wings of Hubris Equip or just play the Stampede Rider?
I would just play Stampede Rider.
Okay, let's attack then. See what they do with their Towering Wave Mystic. Nope, they just block. Honestly, Wings of Hubris looks like it could be really good in this matchup.
It will be. Wings of Hubris is great. Lords of Limited Tech.
It is. We're using the Lords of Limited Tech. We're using the filler cards that our deck has come to expect of itself. And we're facing off Towering Wave Mystic, which actually beat us one of our losses. Wow.
Eyes.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, that's actually strong.
Do we trade?
You can't. They just get it back.
That's horrifying.
Right?
Oh my gosh, that's insane. That combo is nutty. What
Yeah,
the
we
heck?
don't want to trade.
Wow. And then they would. Oh my gosh.
Have you not seen that before?
The Towering Wave Mystic Dawn Evangel combo? No.
Just Dawn Evangel 2-drop Sentinel's Eyes
I
is
have that, but the
oppressive.
Towering Wave Mystic fuels the Sentinel's Eyes to get it back. Well, you asked, and it delivered. This is the perfect moment.
This is a meaningful situation. I approve of the Tectonic Giant.
And we have Wings of Hubris to actually we have Rage Guard and then Wings of Hubris to like fuel it. They just get to eat it with their Towering Wave Mystic. This is a real feels bad. Luckily, they don't choose to do that.
They didn't choose to do that. Wow.
Ooh, they're on the mill plan.
Did they mill us?
Yeah, they milled us.
Wow.
I'm liking our odds more and more with each passing moment.
We're going to get Dream Child. Don't worry.
Okay.
No. Rip Giant.
We're getting our value at least. If only we'd played Soul Reaper instead of Stampede Rider. Wow.
Do you think when the opponent drafted this deck, they were like, I'm going to do it? The Towering Wave Mystic Dawn Evangel Sentinel Eyes.
They probably didn't even realize that was a combo. That's what most people who play Magic are like. They're like, wow, I'm going to play all of these individual cards. There's no game plan here. I'm playing Birth of Meletus in my beatdown deck here. And then just happens to be the truly glorious combo.
So you jam a Berserker here and push the Rage Hound, right?
You don't want to play the free Careless Celebrant we have on the side here?
Oh, I guess yeah. All right. Yeah, all right, we should do that.
And then Soul Reaper here. Or we could play our Wings of Hubris and start jamming with this in the air.
I like Soul Reapering to force them to spend their mana to exile Tectonic Giant.
Yeah,
I'm more worried about us not dying at the moment than I am.
Same. We can eventually like kill the Wave Mystic, and they can't get it back. Well, they can get it back, but we can kill it without them doing.
No Trawler, please.
Oh, that would be really bad if they had Trawler.
One time.
I think we just keep taking 3 here.
I think you take 3 one more time, yeah.
Our Berserker's about to come online. And they are milling us, so we are getting some fuel. Our deck still has 17 cards in it. There goes Nightmare. That's a bummer. Look how many lands they've milled. Jeez, 4, 5. They've milled 5 lands and like 1 escape spell. We've gotten really good variance on that. Berserker.
Yeah.
We do have 6 mana up. Boom. I wonder what they're dealing with in their hand. The next turn we can bring back this Rage Hound. Yep, he's exiled. And now we have this as a 3/4, so we don't even have to block with our 5/4. Oh, this is so nice. Oh, yes. Oh, we don't actually have a good sack outlet. Dang.
So I would...
This is the big game. We really want to win this one.
I know.
I want to get Wings of Hubris into play, I think.
I agree. So if we Amulet, get a land, Wings equip, we're not really doing anything meaningful. I still think it's the play, though.
I also kind of want to get this Rage Hound into play, because that's kind of...
I think starting to clock them with Wings is more important.
Yeah, do you want to get land with our Amulet?
Yes.
We'll fetch a mountain.
I think we want to turn the corner here. We're stable. We want to start clocking them.
Yes.
I think you put it on the Rage Hound. I guess you could put it on the Berserker.
Yeah, I think the Berserker's a nice option because he's just the biggest.
Yep, and then we still have the Stampede Rider. And worst case scenario, we can block. They can do the Towering Wave Mystic thing.
Worst case, we can just take damage. I'm worried about our deck size more than our life total for some reason. I don't know why that is.
Our deck total has more life than our life total.
It does. That's
I guess not technically after draw steps, maybe.
I think we'll just leave it equipped. They are at 13. Looks like they don't have much going on.
This feels good for the home team.
I think we could just Careless Celebrant to kill the Wave Mystic. They only have 2 cards in their graveyard. I guess they would get it back immediately.
It comes back immediately, right?
But we can do that at some point.
So you could portent it. You could portent the Evangel and get rid of the Evangel to stop the shenanigans.
Yeah, but I'm 1 mana off. I think we have to get the Slaughter Priest into play first. They're trying to think we Slaughter Priest, Rage Hound.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just saying down the line.
Yeah, good
point.
Like
we're totally fine here. Actually, maybe you play around Wrath. I guess we have 2 Rage Hounds to escape. We're probably fine.
If they did have Wrath, we would just start bringing back Rage Hounds. Because we have a lot of cards in our graveyard thanks to them. Wow. I feel like we might want to sacrifice this guy just so they can't.
So it doesn't deal damage, I agree.
Or we could sacrifice Celebrant to kill it.
I would sack our Rage Hound.
We could sack this guy so we don't draw cards and get closer to decking, but that just seems silly. That seems needlessly fearful. They are really close to dead. We're going to play this land and then equip. We can almost just kill them with Slaughter Priest combined with Wings. So I think we equip the Slaughter Priest.
That seems horrifically scary to me, and I would never ever go for that.
You would never go for the sack our entire board, the Slaughter Priest to win the championship against a fairy?
No, I would not.
Oh, man. Oh, God.
Not unless I were forced into that situation.
Well,
that's fine.
Yes!
Got him.
Oh, man.
Platinum and everything.
Oh, man, all the marbles. What a performance. We were like 4-2 or something like that. We had to win like 3 in a row. Easy money. Well, if you are watching this on YouTube, which is the only place you could be watching it, so I guess if you were watching this video and made it all the way till the end, in the comment section down below, leave a hashtag clutch wins with Mistermetronome. I know it's a long hashtag, but those were clutch wins, and we got all the way to 7 wins. Thank you so much again for coming on. Where can people find you and your content?
Yeah, you said it at the beginning. So Twitter, I'm at Mr. Metronome. I do stream, twitch.tv/Mr. do a podcast with Lord Tupperware, Lords of Limited. If you enjoy drafting limited content and you check out our podcast, I promise you will like our podcast. We also recently, within a few weeks, have started up a YouTube channel that is already, we've hit our 1,000 subscribers and stuff. So we're going strong. But we could use your support over on our YouTube channel. So youtube.com/Lords of Limited. We put up draft videos every Tuesday and Thursday, and then like what's the play or deep dives on cards, little shorter videos on Wednesdays and Thursdays. So putting out content 5 days a week, the podcast on Monday, and YouTube videos Tuesday through Friday. So we've got content galore for you, and would appreciate you checking any and all of that out, YouTube.
I also highly recommend that stuff as well. I listen to their podcast every week. It's a great source of insight, really helps you get what's going on in the format, all of the coolest new tech. They are onto all of the new archetypes before everyone else. There's just a ton of great discussion on that podcast, so I really do recommend that as well. There will be links to all of those things that he just mentioned in the description and in the pinned comment down below, so just click those things, check them out. It is well worth the time, and best podcast for limited magic. Right up there in the discussion with limited resources. So be sure to check out Lords of Limited on all podcast platforms, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Yep, perfect. Well, thank you so much, Ben, for coming on. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you folks next time.
See you, YouTube.